This is Pranav Goa Thakurta from Edu TV, the first education channel dedicated to uplift education in Indian subcontinent, Southeast Asia, Middle East, and Africa. In our favorite program, Schools and University Connect. Our guest today is Dr. Anjali Sherawat from Sushant University. I'll just speak a bit about Dr. Anjali Sherawat. She's an alumna of JNU. Dr. Anjali Sherawat is a dynamic personality who teaches politics and international relations to law students. She also heads the Cultural Committee of School of Law, Darpan, as the coordinator of the committee. She has immensely facilitated students to commence various programs for the disadvantaged and underprivileged, making them more solicitous about the welfare of society. Ms. Sherawat has completed her MA from the Center for Political Studies and MPhil and PhD from the School of International Studies, both from Jawaharlal Nehru University. She has qualified UGC NET exam, Political Science in 2010. Her PhD thesis is titled Ethno-Regional Divide and Political Transformation in Kyrgyzstan, 1991 to 2011. She has worked for almost 4 years as a senior researcher for the QUIP, Qatar Unified Imaging Project, funded by the Qatar Foundation in association with University of Exeter, UK. She has presented a paper at a prestigious platform like American Association of Geographers, AAG, Chicago, US. She has consistently presented papers in esteemed universities like Jamia Millia Islamia, JNU, and DU. She has also worked on a United Nations project in the capacity of consultant researcher, socio-economic impact study of COVID-19, UN Women India in the year 2020. Thank you so much, ma'am, for taking out and joining us to help the students. Over to you, Dr. Sherawat.
Sir, I'm overwhelmed with this kind of introduction. Thank you so much for welcoming me on this platform. And as you've already introduced the topic and the rules are known to the students, so let me just give a brief about as we all know that India is the Prime Minister Narendra Modi this time contained a suitcase when he came back from Indonesia, the gavel of the G20 presidentship, right? So it is the symbol of honor for all of us, and as we will be presiding over the world's premier forum for global economic cooperation. And it also signifies responsibility and an unprecedented opportunity for India's leadership to shape the international response to pressing challenges. So this is the time when India can step forward and transition from being a rule taker to a rule maker. So India has already, shown that India is an important state when it was negotiating the Bali Declaration of the just concluded G20 summit. And India has already been uploaded for Prime Minister Modi's statement that this era must not be a war. And India will be holding 200 meetings in 35 different sectors in multiple locations across India. And in today's forum, we hear it from our students, the young generation, the leaders of tomorrow about G20 and India's role. So over to you, students. So Sir is going to be introducing who's going to be coming first.
Ms. Rashi from Lovely Public School, New Delhi, to start. Over to you, Rashi.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir. The G20 was formed in 1999 in the backdrop of the financial crisis of the late 1990s that hit East Asia and Southeast Asia in particular. The 17th G20 Heads of State and Government Summit happened in Bali, Indonesia recently. As the Bali Summit came to an end, Indonesia handed over the presidency of G20 to India for the next year. India, the country which is being seen as a bright spot in the dark horizon, will officially assume G20 presidency from December 1, 2022 till 30th November 2023. The government recently released the logo for the G20 meetings and summit, along with a website and a theme, which is Vasudeva Kutumbakam, or One Earth, One Family, One Future. It affirms the value of all life and their interconnectedness on the planet and in the universe. These were done through a speech by Prime Minister Narendra Modi, which also revealed India's 3 guiding principles going into the G20 presidency. The principles are, firstly, serving as a bridge between developed and developing world. Secondly, serving as the representative of the Eastern Bloc of nations. And thirdly, insulating the G20 from some of the divisive pressures that have paralyzed multilateralism elsewhere. Other than an influence over the G20's agenda, the presidency does not come with any formal power, but the influence can allow India to turn the discussion in the direction it prefers. Put simply, this is an opportunity for the country to emerge as a leader to solve some of the most pressing issues facing humanity today. India's G20 presidency comes at a time when it aspires to become a $5 trillion economy and a truly digital democracy. Against this backdrop, the purpose of India's presidency must be to focus on those international issues that are not only relevant to the country's development trajectory, but also achievable through consensus. India is taking this opportunity to cement its standing as global power, which got a boost during its vaccine diplomacy, and a very proactive stance on environment-related issues under Prime Minister Modi. India has prepared a busy calendar for the year and has spread the G20 venues all over the country to showcase a new confident India. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Rashi, from Lovely Public School, New Delhi.
Had lovely speakers. As I see that the young generation is having a lot of knowledge about the contemporary global issues as well as national issues. And we've had lovely speakers from all over India. So I'll go one by one. And as you know, I was told that I have to judge you on certain parameters. And Ms. Rashi, it was lovely hearing you. And you are from Lovely Public School, right? So
Yes,
you
ma'am.
all, yes, you all matched up the time limit given to you. So I was watching the timer also, though sir also would also be doing it. So Rashi, you gave a very nice introduction and you spoke about multilateralism. And you also mentioned India's role in vaccine diplomacy, especially during the COVID times, which India has played. And you even mentioned that we see a bright future for ourselves and India will be holding meetings across, different states. Yes, in the coming year.